will now call our meeting to order. I would like to say good evening, everyone. We're so grateful that you have taken the time out to come and share with us this evening at our monthly school board meeting. We're going to ask Pastor Greg Coleman of the Crossing if he would come up and lead us in our invocation.
Thank you so much for having me. If you would please join me in a word of prayer. Kind Heavenly Father, we come to you this evening, and Lord, we acknowledge, dear God, your power. We acknowledge your sovereignty and your ability, Father, to do anything, Lord, that we ask, Lord, as long as we ask in your will. And so, Lord, we also acknowledge our need, Lord. We need guidance and wisdom from above. So, Lord, I pray for this meeting, Lord, that tonight, dear God, whatever is done, will honor you. Lord, I pray for our citizens, dear God, that we would be concerned about education. Lord, I pray for our leaders here tonight, dear God, our board members who Father, who are tasked with guiding and leading this whole education system we have. Lord, I pray for the administrators, dear God, that you'd give them wisdom, dear God, and courage to lead properly. Lord, your word tells us in Proverbs 22:6 to train up a child in the way they should go, and when they are old, they shall not depart from it. Lord, that's true in two different ways. If we train them wrong, dear God, a lot of times they won't depart from it. But Lord, if we train them correctly, Lord, we have the promise of your word. So tonight, dear God, we lean on that. Bless us now in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor Cole. We're going to ask our senior Landon Nixon, our future soldier, to come up and lead us in the pledge. Please stand with us for the pledge.
Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Landon. All right, moving on to our agenda tonight. Item number 3, approval of tonight's agenda. Mrs. C, are there any changes to tonight's agenda?
Yes, sir. I asked that we will add number 9, and it's under letter B. And number 3, we have a letter of resignation to come in this afternoon. And board members, I laid that on top of your packet, so you should have received that.
Okay. 9B,
Yes,
3, added to the agenda. With that being said, at this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve tonight's agenda. Ricky, second. Colby, are there any further discussions? No further discussions. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Agenda has been approved. The next item will be approval of our April 13th minutes. We've all had the opportunity to look over those minutes. At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve. Brad, second. Mr. Tawana, are there any further discussions? No further discussions. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Thank you. We are approved. Item 5 is approval of our March 2026 financials. Ms. Kim, would you like to elaborate, please?
Yes, all bank statements have been reconciled and in good standing for the month of March. We end March with a 4.93 month reserve, and our revenues and expenditures are on date with our budget comparison, and we're right where we need to be.
Okay, thank you. With that being said, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve our March 26 financials. Colby, second. Brad, are there any further discussions? No further discussions. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. We are approved. The next item is item number 6, and I will turn it over to Ms. C as she recognized some VIPs tonight.
Absolutely. In the house tonight, we have a special group of students. I did not do my homework, but I spoke to the administrators. And guys, I think you really have set the record. We have not had a guys track team that has placed in the state in many, many years. So we've had a girl, Leah Taylor, which is running for FSU right now. So she set the bar high, no pressure there, guys. But That is awesome that they placed third place in the 4A state track meet with the boys 4x100 meter relay team. So we're gonna honor them at this time along with their coaches. So if you would join me up front. So the last time I think we had guys track stars was the late 80s, early 90s. You can probably tell us, Mr. Quincella, because I think your brothers may have been on that team. So, wow, so it's a generational thing. That's awesome. So I'd like to present Mr. Hayden Love with a certificate.
Yep, come on, get your photo.
Congratulations. Landon Vixen. These are both seniors. Congratulations, Landon. Nashawn Simon. Congratulations. And Mr. Braylon Souls. And these are both juniors, so we have something to look forward to next year. No pressure there, guys. All right, thank you. And then, of course, Williams, and I also want to recognize Miss Patty Adams. She helps just as much too. I've seen them in action at their track meets, so thank you, coaches, and thank you guys for a job well done. Let's give them a round of applause. Yes, okay, yes, we all get one with the board.
We're just gonna stand. Mr. One, you might want to get on the tiptoes.
You don't get a window.
Yes. Thank you, Ms. C. The next item on the agenda will be a delegation wishing to address the board. So we have Ms. Is it Unique Flowers?
Yes, I do.
Ms. Flowers, please take the podium there.
Yes, I do.
And good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, you guys. My name is Geneva Flowers, and I'm here tonight to speak on a serious issue to myself and our community, bullying. A pattern that continues to go unnoticed here. This is not an issue with black and white or anything of such. This is happening to a lot of our students here in Geneva, regardless of race, background, it doesn't matter. But what I see with these incidents are that when they're reported, the lightest steps seem to be taken until the situation is at its worst. The documentation of bullying needs to be improved. We need a clearer, more consistent process so every report is fully tracked, acted on, no matter the time and or student. When bullying isn't addressed quickly, it tells our students that their safety does not matter. Some may feel alone or the need to act for themselves. Students are not at ease and need a better action, better documentation, better accountability, and more understanding of our students. I'm not here to attack anyone or point fingers. I'm simply here to bring awareness to a problem that is affecting our children in our community. The cause and effect of bullying is dangerous. We see it on the news, we see it on social media, and I'm truly not trying to see it here in my hometown of Geneva, Alabama. I trust that this board will take these concerns seriously, and thank you for your time. This concludes the statement.
Thank you so much, Ms. Flowers. And yes, you're right, we do take bullying very seriously. Next item on the agenda will be our superintendent and supervisor principal's report. Ms. C.
All right, thank you, President Caldwell. It is May-December for sure. Lots of end-of-the-year banquets and celebrations, and we've covered in between from AP exams to dual enrollment exams. I just got an update from Mr. Cruz, and hopefully we start about 10 minutes with softball at regional play. We're going to be playing against Strawn, and hopefully we'll get that win. If we get that win, my understanding is we will make a run at Oxford for state next week. So that's awesome of these girls. So,
Awesome.
yes, good luck to these girls that are playing. Bass fishing team, I do want to recognize them. The senior team, this past weekend, they finished 3rd place in the state tournament and 4th place for the team of the year. So this is a history in the making for these men and women of this team, of this bass fishing team. So I want to congratulate them on this. So awesome things going on inside of our classroom and outside of our classroom. And I'll ask our staff, Mr. Justice, would you like to start with reports?
Sure. Like Ms. C said, we're just kind of gearing up for a busy summer right now on our end. We've got a few projects on the line. We've got a few windows we're going to replace. Obviously, we'll have to get our floors cleaned like we do every year. And this will be the first year where, in the direction of Ms. C, we worked hard on it. We're going to try to do the community feeding through our lunchroom. We feed our summer school kids while they're at summer camp. We're going to try every Thursday in the month of June. We haven't got the hours yet. We're still working out a lot of the logistics. It's a lot of paperwork. It's a lot of decision making. But our goal is to, right now, every Thursday for a couple hours, every kid who's in our system or even not in our system under 18, we can get a meal to, as long as we don't run out. We're trying to pinpoint how many we need, and we'll adjust as we go. This is our first year of doing it, so we're going to learn a lot this year. We'll make some mistakes. We'll do some things well. We're going to give it our best effort. So, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Justice. All right, Ms. Wright?
I don't have any updates.
Okay. All right. Ms. Gillespie?
I have no updates.
And of course, Mr. Cruz is at the softball game. He just gave me an update, 1-0 to the top. So, awesome. Ms. Metz with Career Tech?
Mr. Cruz shared a few things with me to share with you. He's proud of our spring sports teams. The baseball made playoffs, softball, regionals. The girls soccer were in the playoffs, and track, of course, as they were recognized tonight, multiple state qualifiers and 3rd place relay team. He's excited about our potential new hires, and graduation is next Thursday, and hopes to see everyone there. We're looking toward, like Mr. Justice said, a busy summer ahead of us with several key spots still to fill. And that's his input for tonight. Mine for CTE, we had plus Jason Smith came and spoke to career prep classes today on budgeting and finance. And our health science students, we had 13 that earned their CNA certification. 13 in my program, Business Information Technology, that have earned credentials, and 2 made it to FBL, or place at FBLA State that will be going to San Antonio. In Nutrition and Wellness, today we had 7 students complete customer service, the customer service credential through Skills for Success with ESCC. And let's see what else we had. The elementary, Miss Henderson was over at the elementary and with the steer your career day, and it was a success. It was I think a lot of great feedback from that, from business partners and all, but students had the opportunity to see real world working vehicles, and the community professionals shared what they do and how their jobs help the community, and pass that on to the students. That's it.
Thank you, Ms. Metz. Mr. White?
Yes, ma'am. Exciting time of the year. We're all pumped up about, of course, getting out of school. The kids are. I think the teachers are more so. But we're excited about celebrating the things that we've accomplished. We had honors night. Let's say it was last Thursday. Had a great turnout from the community. We celebrated a lot of achievement. I love those. I always get kind of nervous. Don't want to ever say the wrong thing. But anyway, I get talking, and here we are right now. We celebrated our Students of the Month today. A lot of planning going into next year. Master schedule wise, I can't speak enough about Mrs. Casey Ward. She does an outstanding job with the master schedule every year. Let's see, tomorrow Beta Club goes to Panama City. We've got an attendance reward because attendance is a huge issue. We try to prime the pump with that. We got attendance reward going to Dothan, to Adventureland. Let's see, we got awards afternoon. Y'all are welcome to come to that. That's this Friday, starting around 1-ish. That's a big deal. We give out the Mr. Melton Award and Miss Mitchell Award. It's a good thing. And then we got exams next week, so the kids hopefully are studying and preparing for those. But that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. White.
Yep, yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Nixon?
Yes, Milky has been very, very busy, and I do want to give a shout out to Ms. Henderson for the shared career event. It was wonderful. The kids enjoyed it. They just got to have those real world experiences and see what's here locally for them. Because, you know, some may not go to college or out of Geneva, but there's jobs right here that they can get interested in, so I thought that was a great thing. I want to say thank you to our high schoolers for coming over on field day and helping us with that event. That's always something that everybody looks forward to and enjoys. We had multiple field trips going on. We just celebrated our teachers last week for Teacher Appreciation Week. We were able to have a taco table that Miss Lori and Skidmore provided for them. We had a Lonnie little bar for them. They're wearing their jeans, and we had several people in the community just, you know, shower them with love and appreciation. And we appreciate that as administrators because we know that teachers, they're the backbone of our school system, and we can't speak highly enough of them. We're in the thick of IEP meetings right now in that season. Had 5 today. I'm gonna let them. We have AR Fun Day tomorrow, so we're going to celebrate those students who met their AR goals for all 9 weeks. And we have SGA speeches coming up, and we'll have a new batch of SGA officers. Our ACAP scores, the cut scores for 2nd and 3rd grade will come back this Friday, so we're excited to see that data and see who might need SRIPs or who gets to be promoted and all the things, so that's exciting. We have awards days coming up next week for K through 4. We have 5th grade graduation, our pre-K program. That's on the 18th and 19th throughout the day. We're completing reporting in Power School. Miss Ammons, who's our reading coach, she's been planning our summer camp along with myself, and we have around 50 kids right now signed up. We're hoping to get in a few more before it's all said and done. I want to go ahead and thank transportation over there at Central, because I know they'll be helping us with that as well, and just everybody at Central, because it takes everybody to get that going. And we're just preparing for next year. So,
Thank you, Ms. Nixon. You're welcome.
Thank you. Before we proceed on, Mrs. Marks has a presentation that she would like to share. Ms. Marks.
This presentation is dealing with our evaluation process which is regarding the superintendent, the chief school financial officer, CSFO, as well as the board evaluation process. And as a board, we have been in a 10-month long process to get this process off the ground and get it started going properly and ensure that we're in accordance with the governance of the state of Alabama for what we should be doing as a school board. And so as we strengthen governance practice as well as leadership accountability, the board has provided, been provided a proposed evaluation workflow, supporting documentation, as well as recommendation for consideration for this process. And so as board members, the purpose really is to ensure that our evaluation process is fair, objective, consistent, and aligns with board policy, confidentiality standards, and governance best practices. So again, the purposes of the evaluation at this time, we'd just like to briefly summarize the intent of the evaluation framework that was provided. The proposed process established a structured review and an approval workflow for the superintendent, CSFO, and the board evaluation. Before surveys are distributed and published, this process must emphasize several important components, which includes one, clearly defining the purpose as well as the scope of the evaluations. We've done that, we've been working on that and did that pretty well throughout over the last 10 months. Ensuring that the survey aligns with the board goals, the contracts, the job expectations, strategic priorities. That is something that we've been working on as well over the past 10 months. We are at the point right now, which is administrative as well as a legal review. That's what has to take place, as well as, and then final steps will be the formal board review and approval prior to the survey distribution of that. And then of course, once the survey starts, it is a confidential administrative and reporting process that starts when it's personnel that is taking the survey. It's anonymous, so no one knows. No one's going to come back and say, "Hey, you wrote this about me," or "You said," no, that's not going to happen. So just to ensure that everyone is it's anonymous, the survey. And we have chosen the last board meeting, we chose to use a product, online product called Survey Monkey to conduct our evaluations starting. So when choosing that, we just have to go through the governance process to make sure that we go through the proper steps to get that approved. And so as governance related matters, the recommendation before the board is that all superintendent, CSFO, board evaluation surveys undergo a formal review and approval prior to publications, which promotes collective board involvement, consistency, fairness, as well as accountability. And that will be for all of those. That's the first thing on the agenda. Any questions on that before I move to the second from the board? Yes.
And it's my fault. I thought you had a presentation you was going to do for somebody. That was one I was thinking.
Oh,
that you
I'm
was
sorry.
gonna-
You don't have another presentation.
Yeah. I didn't want to stop you because you got started. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's all
I
right.
had two things.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry.
Yes,
I'm sorry. You want me to continue or you want my other presentation?
Go ahead and do the one for them, and then we'll let you finish
I
with.
apologize.
It's okay. It is all right.
My mind was focused on business.
It's
Getting
all
down
right.
to government. I apologize.
It is all right.
Okay. I would like to ask the superintendent and Ms. Metz to come forward, please. Yeah, Ms. Metz, don't be looking surprised. Come on down. We're gonna come over here. Come on over. Like you looking at me like you. She my classmate. Second grade classmate. Second grade classmate. So this is I want to recognize these ladies because for the Geneva County Black Fisher Program, as we are look to give scholarships, 4 scholarships to up to 4 graduating seniors from the schools across Geneva County of $1,000 each. We have fundraisers, and in an effort to have fundraisers, these 2 young ladies donated some great gifts to help us raise funds for that event. So in an effort for that, we want to recognize them tonight and present them with a certificate of appreciation for their support with the Mr. Harold and Agnes Windsor Scholarship for our students here in Geneva County. So this one is for Ms. C. And this one is for Ms. Mix.
Gotcha.
Let's give them a round of applause.
You can finish that back later on.
Yeah.
But it's all right. It's all right. We got part. Hey, you get part of you there. That's good. Thank y'all so much for your patience. This time we'll turn it over to our superintendent for her recommendations.
We have several items tonight. These first ones I sure don't like to do, but the superintendent recommends accepting the retirement of Ms. Janelle Daniels as teacher at Mulkey Elementary School.
Would you heard the recommendation of the superintendent that the board would accept the retirement of Ms. Jamel Daniels as teacher at Mulkey Elementary School? At this time, we'd like to entertain a motion to approve. Ms. Marks, Mr. Brackett, second. Lord have mercy. Are there any further discussions? No further discussions, all in favor, please signify by saying aye. Approved.
All right, the next one has been with us for many, many years. The superintendent recommends accepting the retirement of Ms. Cindy Staley as GMS secretary and bookkeeper at Geneva Middle School.
Board, you heard the recommendation of the superintendent that will accept the retirement of Ms. Cindy Staley as the GMS secretary bookkeeper at GMS Middle School. This time I'd like to entertain a motion to approve. Brad, second. Colby, are there any further discussions? No further discussions, all in favor, please signify by saying aye. Approved.
All right, the next set are resignations, and so the superintendent recommends accepting the resignation of Lindsay Wimberly as Geneva City Schools speech language pathologist.
Board, you heard the recommendation of the superintendent that we will accept the resignation of Lindsay Wimberly as GCS speech language pathologist. At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve. Brad, second. Ricky, are there any further discussions? No further discussions, all in favor, please signify by saying aye. We approve.
All right, the next one, the superintendent recommends accepting the resignation of Casey Robinson as English teacher at Geneva High School.
Board, you've heard the recommendation of the superintendent that will accept the resignation of Casey Robinson as English teacher at Geneva High School. At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve. Colby, second. Brad, are there any further discussions? No further discussions, all in favor, please signify by saying aye. Approved.
All right, the next one is the one that we added just a few moments ago. The superintendent recommends accepting the resignation of Mr. Levester Ramsey as history teacher at Geneva High School.
Board, you've heard the recommendation of the superintendent that we will accept the resignation of Levester Ramsey Jr. as history teacher at Geneva High School. At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve. Ricky, second. Brad, are there any further discussions? I'm sorry? Any further discussion? No further discussion. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? You abstain. Let the record reflect Ms. Marcus abstained. We approved.
Okay, thank you. And now for the recommendations, the big ones. All right, the superintendent recommends that the Geneva City Board of Education approve the hire of Ms. Brittany Harris as Geneva Middle School Assistant Principal.
Board, you've heard the recommendation of the superintendent that we will accept the hire of Ms. Brittany Harris as Geneva Middle School Assistant Principal beginning the 2026-2027 school year.
Yes, sir.
At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve. Ricky, second. Colby, are there any further discussions? No further discussions. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. We are approved.
Okay, the next one, the superintendent recommends that the Geneva City Board of Education approve the hire of Crystal Ward as Geneva City School Central Office Bookkeeper, HR Payroll.
Board, you've heard the recommendation of the superintendent that we would accept the hiring of Crystal Ward as Geneva City Schools Central Office Bookkeeper, HR Payroll person. At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion. Ms. Marks, second. Ricky, are there any further discussions? No further discussions. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. We are approved.
Okay. The next one, the superintendent recommends the Geneva City Board of Education approve the hire of Bailey Mock as Geneva Middle School Secretary Bookkeeper.
Board, you've heard the recommendation of the superintendent that we will accept the approval of Ms. Bailey Mark as Geneva Middle School Secretary/Bookkeeper. This time, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve. Brad, second. Colby, are there any further discussions? No further discussion. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. We are approved.
Okay, the superintendent recommends that the Geneva City School Board of Education approve the hire of Jacob Lindley as Geneva City School Technology Specialist.
Board, you've heard the recommendation of the superintendent that will approve the hiring of Jacob Lindley as Geneva City School Technology Specialist. At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve. Brad, second. Colby, are there any further discussions? No further discussions. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Okay.
We approve.
Thank you. All right, the superintendent recommends that the Board of Education approve the hire of Erica Hendricks as Mulkey Elementary School Special Education Teacher.
Board, you heard the recommendation of the superintendent that will approve the hiring of Erica Hendricks as multi-elementary school special education teacher. At this time, we'd like to entertain a motion to approve. Ms. Mark, second. Ricky, are there any further discussions? No further discussions. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. We are approved unanimously.
Okay. The superintendent recommends that the Geneva City Board of Education approve the hire of Mr. Aaron McDaniels as Geneva High School Assistant Principal.
Board, you heard the recommendation of the superintendent that we will approve the hiring of Mr. Aaron McDaniels as Geneva High School's Assistant Principal, effective the 2026-2027 school year. At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve. Ricky, second. Brad, are there any further discussions? No further discussions. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. We are approved.
Okay. And his contract, if it's okay, will begin July 1st. Then reflect that. The notice.
July 1st.
Yes. All right. And my last one for the night. The superintendent recommends that the Geneva City Board of Education approve the hire of Ms. Paige Fountain as Geneva High School English teacher.
Board, you heard the recommendation of the superintendent that will approve the hiring of Mrs. Paige Fountain as Geneva High School English teacher. At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve. Brad, second. Ms. Marks, are there any further discussions? No further discussions. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. We are approved.
All right, the next item of business, I met with Ms. Kim Gillespie and Ms. Jean Bynum, and we have had the Bessie Miller Daltrey Scholarship that has been given for numerous years. And the bank called Ms. Bynum and went over their recommendations, and we pulled the legal paperwork that came with the scholarship. And so it's my recommendation that Wells Fargo distribute the remaining trust assets to Geneva High School. This action will ensure the funds are transferred in compliance with the terms and intent of the trust agreement and continue to support educational purposes at Geneva High School. That is in her part of her trust that she wanted
Mr.
to.
Lopez, have you had an opportunity to look over this? I'm sorry?
Yes, it would go specifically to the library. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am, I'm sorry.
If I might say so, Mr. Paulsell, the bank has actually reached out, the ownership of this is moved from bank to bank, ever how that works. And because the amount has fallen so low, Wells Fargo will not service it, so, but to actually dissolve it and take the money, we needed board action. So they're gonna send the money, we just need the board action to do so, to make it in compliance.
Okay. Board, you heard the recommendation of the superintendent that will approve for Wells Fargo to distribute the remaining trust assets to Geneva High School. Of course, this action ensures that the funds are transferred in compliance with the terms of the trust agreement and continues to support education. This time, we'd like to entertain a motion to approve. Ricky, second. Brad, are there any further discussions? No further discussion. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Approved.
All right, and the next item are the dates for the June 26 to May 27 board meetings. And so I recommend that these dates set before you be adopted for our board meeting schedule.
And Board, we've had the opportunity to look over the schedule for our 2027 school year, 2026-2027 school year. This time, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve. Ricky, second. Colby, are there any further discussions? Yes, ma'am.
I would just like to, this is, prove it pending any, emergencies amongst the, board members or superintendents that
Yes,
might,
ma'am.
or school events that might, like, school events that state fair, that
Sure.
might conflict, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's pending.
Yeah, we certainly do have that flexibility, and Ms. Marks basically said that we are approving these dates pending any public or any interference for whatever reason, and of course we can adjust those. So, anything else? No further discussion. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. We are approved.
That's all I have.
Thank you, Ms. C. And Ms. Marks, we'll let you go ahead and finish up now.
Thank y'all. I hope everybody retained everything.
We got you.
Everybody retained everything. So with any questions that they, board members, our superintendent may have, our CSFO may have, as far as the governance as to why we are trying to come into compliance to make sure we're in compliance with, the state with our evaluation process. Okay. The next issue is CSFO's evaluations. The board members' specific recommendations were included regarding CSFO's evaluation process, and that was due to the absence of counseling over this while we were developing our process for evaluations. The framework for this. There was not any formal counseling conducted with the CSFO. So the board, I proposed we're proposing three courses of actions for this. The first course of action, one is to delay formal CSO evaluation until the evaluation framework and procedures are finalized. 2, conduct no formal evaluation for this cycle and complete implementation for future use. And the third one is conduct a limited developmental evaluation focused on professional growth and feedback rather than a formal summative evaluation. And also that will come with quarterly counseling sessions which have been recommended to strengthen communication, expectation, and accountability moving forward. So I open it up this time for discussions amongst the board, superintendent, CSFO, on that process. What course of action are we looking to favor?
You think between them three, what?
If you got another one, come with another one. Maybe something.
Yeah, we definitely, I think we definitely need to delay it, and possibly do a workshop to discuss it in more detail. Do a workshop. So we have a motion to delay. Is there a second? Kobe, is there any further discussion? No further discussion. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Thank you, Ms. Marks. And yes, ma'am.
And the other thing, the final thing was the, just the ongoing evaluation timeline that was, in it as well, which was support consistency and annual leadership governance calendar, it's just a proposal. And the one thing that is coming up as far as whole board, is, for quarterly counseling, biannual surveys, monthly board, our strategic plan. Over the next year, we are going to be working on a strategic plan for our school board, for our school system. So, the school calendar, this calendar for the board, basically just the whole year includes strategic plan, going through that process. Rather it is, we decide that we want to do it as a, bring ASB in, or we want to go with it ourselves. And I did reach out to ASB, and they did provide some feedback as to, what it would take and what it would cost, different costs and all that. And, we'll have an opportunity, maybe we can discuss that next, for the next board. But, just to propose, looking at that, is just to adopt that and just look at that and say, hey, that is the tentative calendar that we can use. And that did not specify, saying we would have to come back and, specify as to how we're going to, put that into play. How we're gonna do it, like a retreat, if we're gonna do it, work sessions, or however we're gonna do it, we need to just decide that with the calendar, just lay it out by a month, what we're looking at doing, in that process. We just have to finalize that and get with, the superintendent and see how we are and what we're gonna do, the process moving out throughout this next year to finalize and develop our, strategic plan, because that is definitely a big one for the board to develop, is a strategic plan. And so at this time, I guess, Closet, those two things, if you get a motion. But now, if you want to accept the, calendar.
Well, I would think we should just add that to our workshop. We sit down and discuss how we're gonna move forward, and perhaps maybe July, superintendent, we may have a workshop, a work session, and then we just simply put those on the agenda. Ms. Marks, maybe you compile that for us and get it out to us, so we'll have an opportunity to review it, and then present it at the workshop, and then we'll take it from there and maybe add it to the agenda for that July Navy meeting. If, I'm sorry?
I said,
Okay,
I already, that was in the packet.
okay. So perhaps July, so we can go and get out,
Okay.
make sure everybody get out of school, and then we'll probably have a light month that month. July. Well, we want to give the teachers kind of recoup, and they may come back from vacation or whatever. I don't know. So we'll say July. Okay.
And Mr. Cordell, I know strategic plan,
Mhm.
we got that on the docket for next school year, so, I remember, goodness, what, it was called the community input, help me, oh goodness, when we brought everybody together, and so that's on the docket for next school year to be developed, so, the whole system.
And I do think we need to probably look at some of our policies and make sure that they don't need updating. So maybe June. Because we can't wait until school starts and change policies.
Absolutely.
So we need to make sure that if there's something that needs to be looked at, and I know certain things that came up throughout the year, that we were saying if we needed, we would change it, or at least look at it, but we can't change it in the middle of the school year. So perhaps,
Yes, we'll have that'll be brought to you all, in the month of June and July.
great.
To start with our handbook and, the policy guide and things like that, so, next school year, absolutely.
Thank you. I believe next item on the agenda will be appointments, board appointments. We have the position of chairman and vice chairman. At this time, we'd like to open the floor for nominations for chairman. Ms. Marks?
I make a nomination for, chairman, Mr. Clausen.
Okay. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations?
Close it.
The nominations are now closed. They have one nomination for chairman, Russell Clausell. At this time, we'd like to show hands at all that would like to see Mr. Clausell, the chairman, one more time. Please raise your hand. Let the record show that it was unanimous. Okay. Then the next position will be vice chairman. At this time, we'll open up for nominations.
I'm gonna make Brad Weeks.
Brad Weeks nominated for vice chairman. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? The nominations are now closed. We have one nomination. That is Mr. Brad Weeks. At this time, all in favor, all those who vote for Mr. Weeks to become the vice chairman, please raise your hand. Let the record show that it was unanimous. Okay, so for another year, Russell Clausell will be chairman, and Mr. Brad Weeks will be preparing for chairman position as vice chairman. Now, thank you so much. At this time, board, anyway, any comments from the board? Okay, Ms. C, anything?
Mr. Fazell, I just want to say congratulations or condolences, I don't know which.
Ah.
Mr. Fazell, he was reappointed by our city council to serve our school board another 5 years, and we think he does a great job, and thank you for all you do, so,
Okay, sure, thank you.
thank you. And that's all I have.
So, nothing else, board? Ms. Knowles?
Not a thing.
We all good? We want to thank you guys for coming. Our next scheduled board meeting will be next Friday. We have a special call meeting at the Geneva Middle School. Basically, that's primarily for hiring. Special call at 7:30 on the 22nd, Friday. With that being said, at this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn. Ricky, second, Ms. Marks. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. We are adjourned. Thank you so much.
Mr. Walker, you might want to make that to 8.
Yes, 7:30 a.m. A.m. Yeah, a.m.